This podcast is a Radio Mike original production. Head to radiomike.com.au to find out more. Hello everyone, Mike here. Oh boy, do I have an announcement for you that you've already seen in the title of this little bonus episode. We're back, baby. We're coming back. No, the podcast will be back Thursday. I'm going to move the release date of the podcast to Thursdays. So we are going to be, the next ep will be the 1st of September. Guys, it's been, when was the last ep? The last ep was July 17th. So I've had a while off. Let's be real. The real last ep was June 27th. Then I came back for 1 week on July 17th. It's been a big few months. And yeah, so I apologize that the podcast disappeared for a bit. That sucks. But yeah, I'm ready to come back. I'm going to be back next Thursday and every Thursday from then on till the end of the year. I cannot wait to be back. I've missed doing the podcast so much. So, and so many people have messaged me on all media, saying that they missed the pod and they can't wait for it to be back, and it's coming back. Hey, Harry Potter and the Boys will come back next week or the week after at some point too. Sammy Garlep and I are going to jump in and record a couple more episodes of that very soon. And also, in 20th Century Boy World, I get excited because I have been banking up so many things that I have wanted to talk about, and there are so many callbacks and bits and pieces that I'm really excited to talk about and get out there into the world. So thank you so much, guys, for your patience. I understand that, I understand that lots of people have missed the podcast, and I've really missed it. But yeah, I have just been so busy. It's we're wrapping on the TV show this week, and then I'm gonna have much more time and I really want to, as I've said, give this a huge shot and just keep going with it, because I know that, one, people love this show. That's become apparent to me in the 1.5 or 2 month break. And I love this show, and I don't want to stop doing it because I find it really fun to do. And I love making this podcast that is the conversations you want to be having. I'm also going to, in the next couple of days, do a little revamp of the Patreon. I do want to express here, and I'm going to continue doing it because it's my podcast, but I don't want to sound like a broken record. But patreon.com/radiomike, little as $1 a month. You get access to the Overflow podcast. That will come back, and everything will come back. And yeah, it's going to be really, really fun. Or if you just want to make a one-off donation on the show, paypal.me/itsradiomike. Every dollar counts. We currently don't even break even on this show. And Patreon is the best way for you to support this show. Here's a little analogy for you. I thought of this, I heard this somewhere, I can't remember where, but if you watch a movie, if you go out to the movies, to a cinema, you pay maybe here in Australia like $20 for a ticket, and you might pay for food, but let's just be generous and call it a ticket, $20, and you get maybe a generous 2-hour movie. That's $10 an hour for entertainment, right? You listen to this podcast, which is probably about an hour a week. Plus, if you listen to Harry Potter and the Boys as well, that's about 2 hours a week of content from me that you consume. And on the Patreon, you can just give $1 a month. That's $12 a year. So $1 a month, you get access to basically 4 hours of 20th Century Boy, plus the overflows, which are another 20 minutes each, which is another 80 minutes. So 4 hours and 80 minutes, 5 hours and 20 minutes, plus Harry Potter and the Boys, 4 episodes of that. So you get, for $1 a month, you get about 10 hours of entertainment a month. Or you could go higher, $4, $8, $12, whatever's on the Patreon. Would love to get a bunch more people on the Patreon. I really want to grow it. I'm going to try and focus on that later. Not later, now. That's the next step for the pod, growing it, making it independent, trying to get as much traction around this podcast as possible. So please share the pod, tell your friends, share it on your Instagram story, share it on Twitter, post about it, tag me on Twitter, tell your friends, post it on Instagram, post it on Twitter, post it on Tumblr, post it on Bebo, post it wherever you want to post it. Just share it with your friends. Put it in the group chat. Put it in your WhatsApp. Link to the podcast to your friends. Say to 10 of your friends, hey Mike, not hey Mike, hey 10 friends, this is a great podcast. It's the conversations you wish you were having, and I think you'll love it. So go and give it a listen. I want to build, this podcast is growing, the numbers per episode are growing, but I want them to grow even more. So please, 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 please consider supporting the show in whatever way you can. I'll be back next Thursday, the 1st of September, and I can't wait to be back. Can't wait to hear from you all. Please, if you're a lurking listener who's never contributed, contribute to the show, get in touch, let me know you're there, and consider just giving me $4 for a month. It's not that much money, but if all of you gave me a dollar a month or $4 a month, this podcast would be able to be a lot better and a lot more consistent. And yeah, that's basically where I'm at. So yeah, if you could consider being generous and reaching into your pockets and yeah, giving me a couple of dollars or your spare change, or, you know, if you give $1 a month, that's 3 coffees a year. So if you can not get a coffee for 3 days and give that money to me for this podcast and consider it exchange for this podcast, that would be amazing. Of course, I understand if you can't, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I'd love to grow the show and I'd love your support if you're a fan of the show. Guys, I can't wait to see you next week. Speak to you soon. Bye. This podcast was a Radio Mike original production. Head to radiomike.com.au to check out all our other content, stay up to date at radio.mike on Instagram, and get in touch, radiomikepod@gmail.com.